The first question of the evening comes via email from Mike Smith. Do you think we'll see another match hyped up to the level of Cena Rock? Maybe not this year, but in the future. And do you think we'll ever see another rivalry like Austin vs. McMahon? Rob?
I don't know if we'll get to another match that was as hyped as Rock Cena. WWE really went overboard hyping and pushing that match. I really don't see, just off the top of my head, I really don't see any two stars that you could put together that could come near that.
Okay.
As for Austin McMahon, yeah, I think that's also probably never going to happen again. Vince McMahon, for one thing, is moving on and leaving the company behind, and I mean, at least stepping out of the spotlight to where he would actually get into the ring, and the rivalry that McMahon and Austin were able to get was just so epic. I think it'll take a lot to come near that.
What about you, Connor? What do you think?
I have to agree with Rob about Austin McMahon. The Attitude Era in general was something that will, no matter how much WWE or any wrestling promotion tries to do, will never be replicated ever again. You can't try to replicate it, because when you try to replicate anything in wrestling again, as we've seen through history, it cheapens it. It cheapens what you're trying to do improve. So as far as Austin McMahon thing, I think that ship has sailed. I think WWE will try to do stuff similar to it in the future. But in terms of having the same impact or same results as Austin McMahon, no, won't come anywhere close. And but I have to disagree with Rob about the Cena Rock thing. I'm not saying that Cena and Rock won't be done in terms of their actual match again, but I think that WWE saw success the same way they always, or mostly, see success, and that's money. WrestleMania was, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, they said it was the #1 grossing pay-per-view of all time, or something like that. It was one of the biggest pay-per-views or biggest WrestleManias, something around that. And I didn't like the fact that I was scared for them that they built up a match for the year. It was ludicrous, it was crazy. But it pulled off. If either one of them got injured, there goes your main event. Almost a full year's build gone just like that. And that's the thing that scared me. It's like, oh, it's just going to blow up in their face. But it pulled off. And it worked, obviously, because of the amount of money it drew. Do I think they're going to do anything similar to that anytime soon? I don't know. It's really too soon to tell. And plus, I don't think there's going to be two characters like Cena and Rock of that magnitude that will draw that many people in to do it again. But I just think that maybe, I don't even say the next 2 years, but I think that WWE is going to, if they see success in it once, they'll probably try to do it again.
Well, I think a large part of the sale numbers from WrestleMania 28 came from the return of The Rock. And because WrestleMania was in Miami, The Rock's hometown. Outside of that drawing power, wrestlers that have that kind of draw are very few and far in between. And if you're going to do something like that, I think the WWE is going to have to alter their plan a bit. Even The Rock and Cena had trouble with a year. I mean, there were weeks where neither one of them was on TV because both wrestlers just kind of ran out of stuff after a while. And by the time we got close to WrestleMania, Cena was kicking Rock's ass on promos week in and week out. So it's going to be, so like I said, I'm not saying that the WWE is not going to try it again. I just don't think that there are two wrestlers out there who can do it, who can make the hype worth it, worth the amount of money that the WWE or whatever company will have to put in to make that kind of hype. I mean, the WWE spent a lot of money building up that match too.
See, I'm gonna say that I think we will eventually see another match hyped up to that level. I think it's going to involve Austin if he's going to come back. I think that's probably the next person they think they're going to be able to do anything with this huge.
Yeah, beat me to it. I was going to say,
Yeah.
there's one person I can think of outside of The Rock that has that much drawing power, and that's Austin.
You know, which I think is true, but will we ever see another rivalry like Austin versus McMahon? I think they're trying to with Cena Laurinaitis. I think they're testing the waters on that, and I don't think they're going to get anything as big.
We've fallen quite off the ladder, going from Stone Cold Steve Austin as the anti-system to John Cena.
Oh no, I agree, but it's that guy versus the guy the fans cheer for. I mean, granted, it depends on the night, but I could see them trying to do it. The chat is saying John Cena versus Steve Austin is the perfect main event, and they want to know the Viper versus the Rattlesnake at WrestleMania 29. Good match or not? I'm going to just jump in here and say not.
Yeah, definitely not.
I think they'd have more money with Punk.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, if you want to try something like that with Orton, I want to see Orton versus DDP.
Yeah,
I actually heard you talk about that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that either. The only thing I'd say though is if you're gonna do Austin Punk, Punk's got to be heel. That's the only thing, because it's a natural rivalry. You got to do it that way. Plus, Punk's a much better heel.
He's a great heel, but right now he needs to ride this face wave out as much as he can, so that when he does turn, it's that much harder hitting. You don't want to have him turn into an Anderson where he switches every other week, every few months, and then you're kind of left with that. You just don't fit in anywhere.
Very good point.
Austin, he always did seem to fit well in the heel role. The face role, being the anti-hero. But
remember when he turned heel against the Invasion Angle?
Yeah, it was the Invasion Angle, and it was horrible. Yeah, and then Kurt Angle did the same thing, and then which side is he fighting for? And I'm like, really? Just kick somebody in the balls, because this is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
You can ask us questions by emailing questions at ftwpodcast.com, or send us a tweet at ftwpodcast using the hashtag AskFTW. And you can post on our Facebook wall, facebook.com/ftwpodcast.